How's it going, nerds? My name is Linkwood. Welcome to Asagao Academy, which is basically a normal boots. You guys know the normal boots, guys. Like JonTron, Peanut Butter Gamers, Satchel Drake's, other guys. Basically just those guys, and it's a dating sim about them. It's been in the works for a while, and I'm actually really excited to see how this turns out. I haven't seen too much about it. I just know it's here. I got it like the day they were like, it's free on our website. I think it's on itch.io. I don't remember. All I know is we're going to play this. It's going to be a whole bunch of fun, and I know you guys are going to love it as much as I do. Let's get right into it. Chapter 1. She's so cute. I love the hair. I love the hair and the bow and everything. The train made its way along the gentle curve of the coast of Japan, whisking me farther and farther from home. Across from me sat a boy, face half buried in a newspaper. He was deeply entranced in whatever article he was reading, and hadn't spoken a single word to me, even when I asked if I could join him in the last compartment with any available space. He shrugged, nodded, and adjusted his newspaper without ever making eye contact. It's been almost an hour, in fact. He hadn't once looked at me. It's been 1 week since you've looked at me. Heh, heh. Already killing myself with these jokes. Devoid of conversation, I took instead to counting the buttons on the pretentiously lush carmine seat cushions. 1, 2, 3, 21, 22, and so forth, over and over. That is, it's a little bit of a number jump. I don't know what they taught you in school. It was something a little different than that. At least for me. I don't know if it's just weird, but now and again I turned to look out the window where the trees were blurring by. Sometimes the smearing green would break and reveal the quiet blue of the Sea of Japan. Eventually, the rapidity made my stomach churn, and I went back to counting the buttons on the seat cushion. 1, 2, 3. The train compartment shuddered around us. Ooh, what's happening? My eyes wandered to the boy in his jacket. It wasn't the school-issue blue that I and the other students on the train were wearing. Instead, it was green, varsity-like jacket with an embroidered patch poorly sewn on front. So you're a first year then? Is this Jared? He folded his newspaper neatly, set it in his lap, and looked at me with a half-interested gaze. Did he just catch me staring? Now that the paper was gone, I saw his face. He watched me through heavy-lidded eyes. His hair was immaculately groomed, his teeth straight and blindingly bright. There was something about him, the way the light hit him, it made him look like he was almost sparkling. Me? He glanced around the compartment, empty beside us, and laughed. Oh, no, I'm not first year. I'm a third year. The train began to slow, metal wheels churning against metal tracks. The sudden shift threatened to rob me of whatever was left in my stomach, and I closed my eyes and took a deep breath, willing myself to keep it together. What kind of impression would I leave, puking on a student before I even arrived at the academy? The boy frowned. I picked at the hem on my cotton skirt. That's not possible. I've never seen you before. It took me a moment of mouth fishing to find a response. Hey, it's because I'm a transfer student? He laughed again. Transfer student, huh? We don't get many of those. I removed my acceptance letter from the front pocket of my uniform. The paper, heavyweight, off-white, had accumulated creases from my reading and rereading, as if the words might have changed since the last time I read it. The boy took it, studied it, then handed it back to me.
I'll see you around.
Well then, Hana, I suppose I'll see you around. He smiled back at me as he picked up the suitcase lying next to him. By the time I hiccuped a response, who was already gone from the compartment. I stared out of the empty hallway of the train. It was then I realized he, having gotten it from my acceptance letter, knew my name, and I never got his. The train settled at the station, and I filled out of the rest of the uniformed students. It was early April, and the last frost of winters had come and gone. The trees were already green, their leaves shivering in the occasional gust weaving through them. The air was mild, only a few clouds hanging in the sky. I walked along the road with a swarm of blue-jacketed bodies, looking at the little groups breaking off from the crowd. Everyone was buzzing so animatedly around me. I held my suitcase tight in my sweaty hands. It was leather brown and worth more than anything it contained. It wasn't far to the school, and I was, for maybe the first time in my life, thankful that I owned my own didn't amount to much. My school-issued black Oxfords clicked on the pavement. I walked this over and over in my mind. So many nights I lay awake, imagining what it would be like to walk from the train station to Asagao Academy for the first time. My new start. I always imagined that everything would change for me on this walk, that somehow everything would be magically different. But as I looked around, I realized nothing had changed. I hadn't changed. By the time I reached the massive gate of the academy, I forgot all about the disappointment slouching in the back of my throat. The school framed by the gate's twisting black metal was just as beautiful as the glossy photos I saw in its pamphlets. This was it. Asagao Academy. I glanced around the swarm of students gathered around the gate. Beyond it, tiny blue people bounced around the academy's main building. A girl pressed a button to one side of the gate. The excitement in the air was almost palpable. A few minutes later, the black gate, with great effort, creaked outwards and cleared the pathway. As the rest of the group shifted into motion, I followed along, a sheep in the herd. My stomach tied itself in the knots. The crowd spitting off in different directions for a moment. I panicked. A tired-looking man with graying hair called out for first years. A cluster of fresh-faced students gathering around him. I'm sorry, I'm kind of tired.
Hey, look at that girl. Huh.
I turned. A few feet away, a small group of boys were pointing at me and snickering.
Pink hair? Are you kidding me? How desperate can you get?
Wow, those assholes. A hot shame crawled down my neck. I think it's cute, ladies with pink hair. Call me A. I attached myself to a group of girls, following a few steps behind them. In the distance, cicadas hummed in the time to my shoes crunching against gravel. My hair. It wasn't my fault that my hair looked like this. Luckily, I found myself at a girls' dormitory, a large sign on the lawn, reading Primrose House. Sorry. The building dwarfed me in size and sheer imitation. How many students did Asagao have? As I approached the building, a red-haired girl lingering nearby caught my attention. I looked away, then looked back. She was staring at me. She walked over. And we'll see what she talks about with us in the next episode of Asagao Academy. I really like this already. We already saw Jared. His beautiful face. I love his art style. I love it. Like, you see, like, blinking animations and stuff. I'm really enjoying this. Like, the music is good. Everything about it. I really enjoy this. So, hope you have a great day. Know you're beautiful. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next episode. Peace. I'm out. I'm gonna go grab something to eat because I'm kind of hungry. Bye.
space butterfly, watching the world as we take to the sky. Everything perfect, made by design. Kaleidoscope that was built by a mind, built by a mind, built by the mind of one lone soldier, hoping to find an army of space butterflies.
Now to destroy all.
Butterfly, watching the world as we take to the sky. Everything perfect, made by design. Kaleidoscope that was built by a mind, built by a mind, built by the mind of one lone soldier, hoping to find an army.